Ladies and gentlemen, just grab your attention please. We'll get today's highly anticipated auction straight underway. It is a great pleasure here today on behalf of Rick, Shaun and the entire team at Ray White Glen Waverley as we welcome you back to 6 Heytesbury Place, a stylish 2-level townhouse in your position in this tightly held and highly sought after pocket of Waverley Park Estate. To our vendors, well firstly thank you for entrusting Ray White Glen Waverley with the sale of your property, and to all bidders here today, best of luck, your judgment is commended. Today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and conditions made available prior to today's proceedings, as the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request and have the right to bid on behalf of our vendor, aptly announced as vendor bids. These rules prohibit false bids, prohibit major disruptions from bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provide fines for such conduct. And then finally, when the paperwork hits my hand, we'll be taking no late bids. In essence, your auction rules. Simple particulars though we operate under here today. It is a 10% deposit payable under the fall of the hammer, 30 through to 45 days. That presents as your settlement date. So again, the auction rules, the particulars, both clear, concise, and just put in place to encourage all bidding. Well, Rick, Shaun, before we get underway, always like to make a few brief comments on the property up for auction. As we stand here today, this certainly is a home, is a location and lifestyle set to serve all of those emotional preferences. Evident as soon as you arrive, this 2-level residence on offer, all encompassing. We have the 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms plus the powder room, downstairs dedicated to the open plan kitchen, living and also dining space. It is stylish, well presented and beautifully infused together with quality fixtures and fittings that you add into the mix, whether it's the double garage with the internal entry and storage, across the road the visitor car parking. This particular pocket of Waverley Park Estate, a rarity in itself, it is secluded and also nice and quiet. But finally, you add into the mix, this is a location here that requires no further endorsement. You're literally walking distance to whether it's the parklands, just down the road from the cafes, shops, all those lifestyle enhancing ingredients are just moments from your front door, and you're in the Glendale Primary and Highvale Secondary school catchments subject to school approval. So buyers, you've seen it, you've loved it, you've chosen so perfectly. Now's the chance to buy. What's that price? You'd love to pay. We'll talk about the likely selling range of the property. We have interested parties here today with the intention of purchase. Given that interest should not see the need to start by way of a verbal bid, giving you ample opportunity to control the flow of proceedings. Where do we go? 780 breaks the silence and welcome the auction at 780,000. At 780,000 buyers, we nudge it north. We welcome a 10 in the rise. It would be absolutely good buying. Phenomenal real estate at that level. 780 is offered, buys 3 chances now for further consideration at 780. At 780,000, bid sits the right hand side. 780 is bid. Keep the 10s a rise. 780 is the offer. 3 chances, no delay. At 780 the bid. At 780,000. 790, welcome in your interest services, now front and center at 790. At 790,000, 8 can we say, a nice sequential 10 to take the lead. 790, straight back at 8 if you like. At 790 the bid. At 790,000, no delay, not procrastination at this level. At 790 the call. 800 breaks it. Welcome back in front at 8 the offer. At 800,000, bidding with confidence. Bid now sits back with our starter. At 800,000 for your slice of Waverley Park Estate. 8 is the offer, 10 is the answer. But buyers, don't let us believe that. 800,000 is called. 3 chances. Again, you are in a secluded pocket here of the Waverley Park Estate. Simply a rarity in itself. 800 is bid. 10 can we say? At 800, now 810 straight back in front and welcome in at 810. At 810,000, 20 can we say from here? 810 holds. At 810,000, hotly contested. And buyers, why wouldn't it be? Again, the location, the offering is the perfect blend. Lifestyle, convenience on offer, internally, immaculate presentation, nothing to do, bid, secure, relax and enjoy. 810 holds, front and center, 20 can we say? 3 chances for further consideration. At 810,000. Once now, we're not finished and silent, no delay, 10,000 here. 10 straight back in front to 820. At 820,000. At 820,000, bid sits back with our starter, our lamplighter, been with us the whole way, certainly knows the value. 820 holds, 30 on the nod to reclaim the lead. 820 is the bid. At 820,000, 3 chances, no delay. At 820 the bid. sits beside Shaun at 820,000. Twice now for your slice of the Waverley Hunt. 830 straight back with the 10 at 830 at 830,000. Just getting a clear line of sight. 40. Jump back in front from here. 830 holds at 830,000. And now 830 is held. 40 is the answer. 3 chances now at 830 at 830,000. The offer. Once now, bid sits beside Rick at 830,000. Twice now, no delay, no procrastination at 830. The offer.
840.
40, welcome back at 840 at 840,000. Bid now sits beside Shaun. 840 is offered. 8.5 is the answer, or do we up incremental rise? The choice is certainly yours. 840 hold at 840,000. 50 can we say on the nod? Go there, do it with confidence. 850 is called at 850,000. Quick bid's a good bid. 850 is offered. 60 is the answer. It holds just beside Rick at 850 the bid at 850,000. Once now, we're not finished and silent at 850 the offer.
5.
Why not? Last time nicely and welcome it at 855 at 855,000. We've shortened the incremental rise to the 5 in the stride from here. Now we'll welcome a 5 back, but don't let us limit you to that though. 855 is held, 860 or maybe 65. The choice is yours. 855 is bid at 855,000. We wait with anticipation. 855 is the offer at 855,000. The call. Once now, we're not finished and silent bid holds beside Shaun at 855 the offer. 60 returns, matches the 5, reclaims the lead at 860 at 860,000 at 860,000. Welcome back. 860 is now bid. Now we welcome the 5 earlier. 865 would be that bid or a knockout bid towards the pointy end of proceedings. It certainly presents. 860 holds, 3 chances now. Need to know, Shaun, have we definitely got the best? 860 is the offer. 65 at a minimum at 860,000 at 860,000. Once now, we're not finished and silent bid holds front and centre at 860 the offer. Twice now, we're not finished and out at 860,000. For the third and final chance, we're not finished and silent bid hold at 860 the call. Remaining. 860,000 holds just beside Rick. Should there be no better bid? Instructions advised. Need to be north of this stake. 860 is the offer. Again, 65 at a minimum or name the stride. 860 is the call at 860,000. Once now, we pause the instructions. No better bid at 860. Twice now at 860,000. So definitely got the best. If we pass the property in, this could be the last opportunity to secure this particular part of the Waverley Park estate. Again, it's Hunnan's time. 860 holds. 65, can we say that third final call presents at 860 at 860,000. Third final chance, would unfinish and out at 860 the call. Well, we're going to just pause the auction in your favour at 860,000. Still work we need to do from this level, but rather than me bidding back and forth against you, we're just going to seek instructions. So ladies and gentlemen, seek instructions. Back with everyone very shortly. Thank you. We're getting close. Good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your patience. It's started to take a little bit longer than expected. As we are aware, bid sits at $860,000. On instructions, if there is no better bid, we'll be passing the property in with the first and certainly exclusive right to negotiate. To our interested parties here today, the opportunity that presents itself, if you bid that extra step further, you secure the first exclusive right to negotiate. More often than not, that buyer will proceed through to be the successful purchaser. To our interested parties, the opportunity presents itself, but 3 chances only for further consideration. For these last 3 calls, we will welcome a $5,000 bid only, where we buy a slice of the Waverley Park estate, an extra $5,000 only. So definitely got the best. It's against our starter. Bid that extra step further. Go there, do it with confidence. This opportunity will simply not find another one like it at $860,000. 3 chances. You think 2,000? 62. A little bit light and low, but nonetheless it is the lead. Welcome in at $862,000. Now a suggestion, don't come back with the 2 up the stride, maybe 70 as the move from here. 862 holds, don't just match the 2, come back at 70, you'll never regret the value. 862 is the offer at $862,000. We are back with our starter, 3 chances now at 862 the call. Once now at $862,000. Now, as stated by first exclusive right to negotiate, it certainly presents a strategic bid and position to hold. 862 is bid, 70 can we say? 65. 65, 3 in the stride, but it is the lead. And welcome back at 865 the offer. At 865,000. Now, principally against our starter, we welcome the 2, we welcome it back. 865 is offered, 867 is the answer. Again, 2,000 only to jump back in front. 865 is the bid, 3 chances now for further consideration. At 865 the call. At 865,000, no delay. Bid sits beside Rick. At 865 the call. Once now, what up finish and silence at 865,000. Twice now, buyers, we pass the property, no better bid. We proceed straight through with the first exclusive right to negotiate at 865 the call. For the third and final chance, what up finish and silent at 865 the offer. So I must ask, would it change your mind if we welcome the $1,000 bid only? Again, 1,000 to put you back in front. 865 is offered. 866, it could be the best. We will welcome that 1,000 and jump back in front. Just need confirmation. 865 is held. Again, $1,000 lunch for the keys. It certainly presents 3 chances now. Bid sits in your favour. 3 calls only. Once now, would I finish and silence at 865,000 only. Twice now, definitely got the best. Need to know what out from here at 865 the call. So definitely got the best, just waiting for that final confirmation. 865 is the offer at 865,000 for the third and final chance. Would I finish and silence at 865 the offer. Well, Rick, what we might like to do, I might just pause the auction one more time. So you hold the bid at 865, 8 in close. I'm just going to pause the auction one last time. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your patience. Again, just going to seek final instructions. Back with you shortly. parties involved. So at 865,000, you still hold the bid. Rick, our instructions are?
We're on the market.
We are on the market, we sell away. So no better bid. We welcome you owners to at 865,000. Ladies and gentlemen, three last opportunities present. 865 is bid. Now, sir, we welcomed 1,000 earlier. We are certainly going to welcome it back. 865 is offered. 866 is the answer. Guys, three chances now. On that third and final call, we sell away at 865,000. At 865,000 bid. Holds front and centre for the one of 1,000 only. At 865 the bid. Once now. At 865 the call. And buys $8,000 lunch for the keys. It certainly presents. 865 is the offer. At 865,000, definitely got the best. Is it permission to sell away? One last lunch for the keys presents. It could just get it across the line. 865 holds at 865,000. Twice now, order finish and silence. We welcome you owners to Waverley Park Estate at 865 the offer for the third and final chance. Order finish and out at 865 the call. Break it down one last time. We'd love to say that you must work for the client. Just going to reset the clock one last time. Ladies and gentlemen, for these last three calls, a $500 bid only. But no better bid. We move through swiftly. We sell away front and centre. 865 is offered. 65 and 5 is the answer. We move through swiftly now. We sell away for the want of $500 only at 865,000. Once now, order finish and silent at 865 the offer. Twice now, we sell away for the want of 500 only at 865 the bid. Permission to sell, definitely got the best. Appreciate the bid, there it is, permission to sell away. 865 holds for the want of 500 only for the third and final chance. Order finish and silent, front and centre at 865,000. We are selling. So, congratulations at 865,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to our highest bidder and successful purchaser on this phenomenal property and also purchase. We have no doubt you love this home, as our clients certainly have.